Welcome back to Nino Kuni 2, and now we're back in Evermore.
Part 107.
Which is almost like the length now, not really.
The Dream Force Awakens. Hey, that actually works. There really was one here in Evermore, but whose memories could it be tied to? There's only one way to find out, I suppose. I'd better cast Materialize.
And then the newspaper spin it into an article. King Evan insane. He's talking to himself.
A China teacup.
Okay, the animal is like, what's China? It's that specific trope, I forgot what it's called, where words that are common for us for a fictional setting shouldn't be.
China teacup? Oh my god, do you mean that this belongs to Chun-Li?
Who the hell is Chun-Li, man?
Oh, a Chinese cop. I suppose the only way to find out what all this means is to take a trip down memory lane. Let's get back to the conductor. Lofty, fasten your seatbelts. We may be dealing with time travel.
What's a seatbelt?
You don't know what a seatbelt is?
Okay, that I can actually believe exists considering the equipment in Broadleaf, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Bracken took all the seatbelts
This
and
is
made
it,
them
the
into...
final key. This will open the last door for sure.
And made them into nails for her other projects.
A little cup that smells ever so strongly of dreams. Have you an idea where it might have come from, Evan?
You wouldn't
Smells
believe
of
me if I
dreams.
told you.
Oh, trust me, I've seen some shit. Tell me.
Well, it belongs to someone I always look forward to meeting. Although I can't help but worry why it might be him. Also, I should maybe
Yourself?
No. But there's no time for that now. The nightmares are getting stronger with every moment we waste. We have to get in there and rescue that Higgledy.
There's no time to waste.
Let's just say, Lofty, it's someone very dear to me.
This will be our last little safe and adventure, eh? Let's give it everything we got and whatever.
Yes, though why do I get the feeling it won't be that easy?
The last. Yes. Yes, of course. The last.
The last one for you.
Your eyes are moving underneath that mask, aren't they?
Well, I suppose you best be off and see what kind of Higgledy we'll be meeting this time then, hadn't you?
Do you ever get the feeling like we're being watched?
You are. By me.
Not by
Constantly.
you, though. It's by someone else.
He literally sees you in your sleep. Huh?
Hey, where you go? Off to the magical land of mixed up memories.
How much you wanna bet that this is? How much you wanna bet they're gonna How much you wanna bet they're gonna port Persona 5 on this, and it turns out that the real conductor is being held tied up somewhere.
No.
Yeah. This particular conductor is an aspect.
For
He's
all
a-
his creepiness, the conductor is actually a good guy, surprisingly.
No.
He's
No, my
instead an
point is like,
aspect
well,
of
this-
Yahweh, trying to test in mankind and see if they're worthy again.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Alright.
So it was your cup,
I'll be
son.
Ferdinand.
Weren't you already? Oh wait, that's right. He never spoke before. Well, without dialect.
There you are, Evan. Is that really you, isn't it?
I think that depends on what you exactly mean by really.
Okay,
No.
Aristotle, just move
I
on.
came to find you in your dreams, but some strange monsters attacked me, and I ended up lost in this place.
Man, first
Oh.
Roland meets his son, now it's my turn to meet my son. It's been a weird day.
Who's this, eh? Pal of yours?
No.
Space Lofty.
We're gonna have to pull our trunks now. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Can you give us a moment alone? Oh my god, that's literally Trunks.
Yep.
Sure.
Thank
Well, yeah,
you.
the time paradox shit. Better not tell them.
I don't know. Would a time paradox occur in a dream? Oh god.
Remember, Joe, it's for the same reason. Trunks asked Goku not to tell the others who he was, because he was afraid Bulma and Vegeta would not get along.
And then Bulma starts flirting on him.
And so just in case, let's not,
Because of course.
so just in case, let's not let Tani know who he is.
Yeah, but didn't
Anyway.
Bulma and Vegeta eventually find out anyway?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah,
a lot
but
of
the-
good
this
that did.
Well, I remember Trunks was still unsure how the time travel was operating, also he didn't want to take risks. Just like Evan doesn't want to take risks now.
Most people are brought here by their memories, but that can't be true of you.
Yeah, notice how he doesn't have that ghost, that aura-like thing, so he actually is here. He's not a memory.
Seriously, I gotta wonder, can you cause a time paradox in a dream? Or would a dream being a dream not affect any of it?
But it was different this time. Those monsters came and attacked me, so I couldn't escape back to where I'm from.
Monsters attacking my son? We can't have that!
Well, yeah. I was starting to get a bit worried, actually. Lucky you showed up when you did.
Right.
It took us several hours, but days, actually.
So, it's the nightmare's fault, is it? Maybe you'll be able to go home if we get rid of them all.
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't worry, I'll explain the situation to everyone, and we'll try and get you out of here. The abridged version, anyway.
Alright.
Hey.
Oh, I've been told I shouldn't interfere too much with the past, so we'd better not tell your friends who I really am.
Especially not Tawny.
Yeah.
Let's just say I've got a lot riding on that.
Why don't you call me Dina? Yeah, I'm your friend Dina, okay?
Isn't that a girl's name?
It's part of Ferdinand, so...
Alright,
How
Dina!
about Fred?
Well, that's
No.
that's from Frederick, too. That doesn't work.
Everyone,
it's
I'd
just
like
another
you to
different
introduce
name.
you to somebody. This is my dear friend, Dina.
Really?
Sure, right.
Oh, so he was a friend of yours all along?
Tawny, just to be safe, don't flirt with him. It could be very awkward if you did.
Sure, right.
Why do I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before?
See, that's why Fred was better as an abbreviation.
Maybe you heard it when your father was trying to pick out names for
Evan,
you.
what did I told you about lying?
That I'm very good at it?
No,
I take
you're
it your
not.
friend is some manner of problem that must be solved in order to find our High Higgledy.
Yes!
Yeah, Leander is more diplomatic.
See, Leander has the right idea out of all you.
Well, I'm trying to keep us all focused, so... I'm sorry, but I don't know what a High Higgledy is. Well, just to keep yourself out of danger, laddie. Once we bang a monster head or two together, all become clear, I'm sure. Seems to be the way of things on work on this accursed place. Well, yeah, he's not wrong, so... Thank you. I'll try not to get in the way.
Right then.
Yeah, Roland's not buying this for a bit. What is this about this kid, Evan?
There's something weird here.
You picked again. Roland already was not buying into this dream bullshit for a second, so.
Dina's the name I use when I want to go out and play with people knowing who I really am.
Oh, so it's an habit then.
Again, I have to wonder how many boys mistake him for a girl with that name and look.
Honestly, with the name, I guess, Java, with the look, no, it's not Larsa from Final Fantasy XII.
He looks a bit like
Also,
a prepubescent.
Alright, so... Hey look, it's Newbie!
So
Oh, check this out. Chief Armorer! So Newbie does become the Chief Armorer eventually. Droplet has been lost for many years now. I miss the Morfolk terribly. So there you go. We get the memory of
for
Ferdinand.
the future.
Thanks to the memory lane of, thanks to the memory projections of Ferdinand, we get some insight into how Evermore becomes in the future.
Anyway, regarding Dina's looks, let's not forget he looks like a prepubescent Marth, a character who definitely gets
Jova,
mistaken for
his outfit resembles more traditional Greek one for a boy of his age, so it's not too, inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, but then again, we're not exactly living in a Greek society now, are we?
I guess he took fashion from Capstan upon Hold.
Again, he looks a lot
Or
like
Hydropolis.
he looks a lot like Marth did, especially with that tunic. Remember when Marth was in a tunic? Pepperidge Farm does.
Alright, I guess I'll be both. Where's the prince got to now? We're going to get an earful if we don't find him soon.
You sound this for sure.
And I think this truck is particular.
I know. Why don't we ask the cook to make a loaf of fresh bread? You know that smell always brings him running. So yeah, both of these become the head gardener and the head chef, of course.
But of course.
Yeah, I don't think we have heard this in the main game, or if we did, it was very.
That's a nice detail. How instead of putting their names on the speech bubbles, instead it shows professions, just to give us a little, just to tell us what they become eventually. Anyway, young man, sure. Sure.
You cut out, Pedro.
Go on. It's you.
Okay. Look lively. Now is not the time to standing around looking lost. This is the time to fight. If we balk at a challenge like this, suggests our enemies will think us weak and descend upon us. Okay. So yeah, she becomes Evan's counselor, it seems.
Huh.
Evan's counselor, or maybe someone else's counselor? Either way, arose by any other name?
Or maybe just one of many counselors, it depends.
Yeah.
I wonder what type of counselor, like
traditionally,
counselor?
for a Kingdom of War council can be consisted of multiple generals, so...
that one's also Shiroi, I believe.
You're still gone, Shiroi?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gravely concerned about what the future may hold for the prince. Perhaps I should attempt to intervene somehow.
So yeah, Lily becomes the chief fortune teller, and apparently she says that there's a problem with the prince's future. Alright.
Unless there's something to do with getting smashed on his 18th birthday.
Basically, while you were gone, we were seeing the projections of Ferdinand's memory, and we find out how Evermore is. Little hints of how Evermore becomes later in the future.
Also, we're calling Ferdinand Dina.
Well, I think the Dwebs was around for that point.
Were you, Dwebs?
I don't know.
Okay then, so just to be safe.
Oh, hello, Alice.
I think she's about to bird. I'll do it. It's strange. The prince is part of the royal family, but he doesn't have criminal-looking ears or a tail.
Genetics.
Also, Ronan, stop walking into her.
Sorry, still don't care, Evan.
You seem to care a lot when you were probing me about who Dina was.
Poor Alice doesn't get a profession. She's instead just Alice. You figure she would be like chief Higgledy maker.
I think it's because her hair was constantly covering her eyes, which kind of hurt her efficiency. She's got to get a haircut. As Resident Evil Revelations showed, hair covering your eyes is nothing but trouble.
Alright, so who do we have to face now?
Yada yada yada, great warrior from the stone tablet. Let's just take this tactic here.
I think it's gonna be like a squid. If it's either one of the undead or... Oh no, it's one of the giant squids.
Anyone up for calamari?
An incantation?
Sure, why not?
All the opposers must be destroyed. The child must be driven to despair.
Yeah, whatever you say,
so
Monokuma.
He needs to eat the fruit properly.
So yeah, the nightmares are definitely out to get Ferdinand for some reason.
Damn, this fantasy remake of Danganronpa is awesome.
Yeah.
But there's no murders and
implying that monster isn't trying to murder us.
Well, okay, there's no murder mysteries.
Yeah, that's more likely. Also,
but we did have a debate earlier during the trial.
Also, Sephiroth was doing the whole despair meme years before Danganronpa.
But Danganronpa is more fun.
Oh, it's going to be the entire Final Fantasy VII community on our asses.
There we go.
Plus the master vibe behind it all was having fun while he was doing it.
He?
Spoiler.
Try not to spoil it, Joe.
I think you mean it.
Again, no spoilers.
Aha. Okay. What am I supposed to do, Evan? I've been trying to get home, but it's not working.
I mean, I'll just
Get
say
out Google.
Monokuma's like
Have some
more like an
patience,
it.
Dina.
Get Google Maps.
Google Dreams.
There's this strange force stopping me every time I try. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to wake up. This has never happened before. I don't know what to do.
Don't
This is just a
worry,
bad
I've
dream.
dealt with this a lot before.
Never waking up. So,
Eventually.
The nightmares are probably stopping you, but we're all here to help, so there's nothing to worry about.
Right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, and then I love how they're nervously doing that. Like, yeah.
yes.
Please don't think I'm completely useless, will you? I can see my mind for a time, and I'm a quick learner, and I'm really good at sports.
Oh, he tries.
This is not a good time to try to impress your dad. He's technically not your dad yet, so...
Well, then
He's
again...
also like your age.
Which is why why I've never felt so worried. I don't know what to do if it happened. What happened?
He didn't! I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. He said, "Oh, that's all right. I'm just a bit frustrated. That's all. I'm sure he had a good reason. As in, like, the adult version of Evan never.
We know.
Told us that this could happen. Yeah. I talked over it, so I figured. By the way, you said these memory lanes were made up of different places, people's memories, didn't you? Well, that must be true because I keep seeing familiar faces from around the castle. Yeah, us too. They're saying the same old things as always, but some of them look so much younger. I'm having lots of fun talking to them all.
Interesting. That's the diner I know. You carry on enjoying yourself, and we'll clear the way, monster son.
Of course, glorified pest control.
Like, go play outside, we'll deal with the adults. Like,
Thanks, Evan.
You just leave things to your dear old dad, mate.
Evan, you do know that from the world that I come from, there's a way of saying that says that lies have short legs and long noses.
Wow, well, make sure to let me know if we come across one of them, Roland.
Alright,
You wish to test your mettle against me once more? Very well, defeat me, and I shall step down in order to make you become captain of the guards.
So Long Mane becomes the head of the Royal Guards, eventually.
With that attitude...
Gosh,
yeah,
you used to be really small, didn't you, Long Mane? This is going to be fun.
Get it?
I just really can't imagine in a bunch of years' time Evan's telling.
Well, you better believe it, Shiroi.
Not about you.
I'm sorry, sure I didn't hear that. Could you repeat?
Just in a few years' time, Evan's gonna start telling dad jokes, and it's gonna be weird.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Shiroi, eventually that time does come. It's inevitable. Alright.
Pardon
Don't mind
me,
me coming
excuse me, scoochie scoochie. You? That's you to you.
Oh, it's me?
Actually, that's me.
I
I am
was-
Norbert, the Royal Secretary. It is my duty to record everything from battlefield entries to the contents of the princess. Remember, that's Norbert. I'm Norbert.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah,
He's the chief clerk.
Ah, I thought Tia was Norbert.
No. For the mouse characters, I remember distinctly, the... I
The
forget the
tailor
name.
guy.
The tailor, there you go. And the general.
We can have Teo take the monopoly on rat characters.
Just like we can't if you take the monopoly on old women characters either.
Alright. Dibs.
The prisoners are very gifted young man, very foresight for one so young. I, on the other hand, spent most of my puphood, attempting to separate tourists up there, presses.
That's very proud of you.
So yeah, he became the chief miner, so that's nice to know.
Because he can dig a lot.
Well, yeah. Oh. Alright, let's continue.
Wow.
Seriously, I don't remember hearing this particular track in the main game. I'm trying to think of where it may...
Oh, hello there.
Hold on, Teo. I'll tell you which one it is.
Sure.
Shiroi, please.
The prince was mean to the...
Alpacas.
The sheep. Let's just go with sheep.
Sure. I've told him off for it time and again, but he just won't listen.
The alpacas aren't the sheep of this world.
The sheep alpaca theme of
Leander, don't get in the conversation between two women.
Oh, it's okay. They're only memories. They don't have, they're technically not really here.
Yeah, but your fiancé may get mad about that.
Yeah, Leander, I thought you were supposed to be upset about your fiancé not being around.
And yet the young tearaway is supposedly fated to become a superior ruler to his father.
Come again, say what now?
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, some of the subjects don't seem to be as impressed with Ferdinand as others. Anyway, well, Lofty, here's the thing. Yes, I am distraught, but I'm trying not to show it. I'm trying to stay strong for the group.
He's trying to look cool in between of them.
He's walking away. Roland, you're married.
Well, he's not married yet, although he did get married in the dream world, so technically in the dream world he's married.
What the hell's Roland doing?
Anyway, the point is, both of them are
discussing Evans' son's potential as ruler.
Yeah, and they don't exactly have the most faith in them.
Oh well.
We'll cross that bridge, I guess.
I'll have to eventually.
Or break it.
Well, if we're dealing with the multiverse theory of time travel, maybe.
That's another great thing. I'm glad that they decided to make the maps of this particular memory lanes immediately available without having me to explore everything. That way, I don't have to go into that dead end for nothing. Anyway, now that's you, Dibs. Go ahead, Chip.
I've been detecting all kinds of anomalous magical activity recently. Someone's coming for the prince. That's why I told him not to go outside.
Wait, did somebody put a hit on him?
Chip actually predicted the nightmare attacks.
You think he listened to me, though? Yeah, right.
I might have to give him a talking to about that.
I'm guessing Chip probably becomes head scientist, most likely.
No one ever listens to scientists.
Well, according to a couple of people, there's a common theory that scientists are evil, so...
Why? Just because a couple turn out to be bad apples means you're going to jump in the rest of us?
I mean, come on, Tio. Dr. Giro was a perfectly reasonable scientist.
Oh, no, certainly.
Sure, he may...
Artists that are evil.
Listen, Jova, no sane scientist to program an android to be obsessed with a trucker hat. Come on.
Or an android who's obsessed with sucking people dry.
They're half human, which means, of course, that maybe some human traits.
Okay. Now explain why he made an android that sucks people up his butt.
Well, that's the thing. Like the show itself establishes, Cell is not like the other androids. He was made for a specific purpose.
He will never return. His mind will travel through time no more.
Yeah, better not be my son you're talking about. Cause, so it knows he can send his mind in time. This is no ordinary nightmare. Guys, we have to kill this one.
How in the hell did you have a son at your age?
It's complicated.
Yeah. Unless, no, I would never have a son that early. Or would I?
I don't want to know.
Yeah, alright. Now it's time to kill you.
Alright, keep your secrets.
Yeah, please kill me, then I will never have to know.
That's dark.
He'd rather die than consider Evan having
especially, and if I do happen to know, kill me so I don't have to deal with it.
Alright then. Allow me to just kill you up your bum.
I don't know what's worse, having your bum flashed or knowing that crap.
There we go.
There you go, you're dead. You're fine.
Unless there's an afterlife, in which case he has to live in the afterlife with that knowledge. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen to him?
It's just a monster, Ivan. They have no soul.
Anyway, back into the TARDIS.
True, yeah, just like the Colossi didn't have souls.
Oh, and now we're in the castle.
Oh, my humbly abode.
The throne room.
Hello.
Hello. We destroyed even more of the nightmares. Can you still not make it home, son?
Pedro?
Yeah, I'm here. Evan, these memory lanes, they're made up of people's real thoughts and feelings, aren't they?
Yes, but why do you ask?
I can't believe you hate
talking us.
I can't believe you hate your own son.
No reason. Well, not him, Dwebs, the others.
Dina? I feel like I should comfort him as a father, but what would I say?
Alright, Sheila, I'm gonna need you to sound angry in a moment.
And of course we have depressing music again.
Yes.
I'll never be a great king like my father. Everyone thinks so, even if they won't say it to my face.
Oh god.
Get out the way.
Forgot what was the...
Yeah, go, this is perfect.
What was the other... I forget what was the actual quote from Mr. Me... sorry, the
King
teacher.
Evan was such an amazing king who managed to achieve so much. Clearly his son... By the way, son of the king, you're supposed to do this to be just as good, if not better. No pressure, though.
And we have little to no faith
angry.
in you whatsoever.
Can the prince really be the son of such noble parents? He's such a puffed up little so-and-so. Where's the humility, I ask you?
Hey, Hansel, where's Gretel?
What the hell is it?
And where's the humility in your haircut? Fix that shit.
Where's parents really that?
It's interesting. He actually has a similar. It looks like his haircut looks like the haircut of an Angel 11 character. One of the lesser.
The thought of him becoming king one day really is a worry. He'll be a pitiless despot, and no mistake. In fact, are his parents really that noble if their son turned out to be a little piece of shit?
Hello, random child. What are you doing here?
Ooh, you look a little angry. You're angry, aren't you? I'm sorry if I touched a nerve, but the truth can sometimes hurt, you know, you little wanker.
I'm sure you will have a great career at TMZ.
Pretty much.
Damn. Alright,
What the hell was that?
Alright, Shira, you're up.
What the hell's a wanker?
Alright, do your best, Shira.
Oh, Dogo. Dina? I've never heard of him. And if that child I ever had heard of comes back from this latest little adventure in... What?
Mind travel?
Mind travel.
I certainly shall not be complaining.
Oh, so mind travel is commonplace in the future.
Wow, wow, Dina, even the dogs hate you.
Oh, damn, you know you done screwed up.
That's sad.
Even the dogs don't like you.
That's the nightmares are such desperate that they will be like, oh, and even the dogs don't like you.
So now the nightmares
to
are
make a
literally
personal
attacking my son mentally. This will not do.
Sure.
But a king must have a heir, you say. They'll let him have another child, and let him try to make it a nice one.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Lily, I think you need to sit down, you know, have some tea, calm down, okay?
The first one was tough enough.
Okay, Lily, your bitchiness is like at a 10 right now. We need you to bring it down to 3.
Well, Pedro,
I am a dog.
She is a female dog. She can't help it.
Yes, guys. Yes, my script is perfect. Just the way I wrote it. Yeah.
Sure.
A nice new child without any strange and disturbing powers.
Oh, wow.
Like a kitty.
Is that...
What? What do you want? Kitty Pride instead?
Why is she smiling when she says this? It's like, this would be so lovely if he
because she's
died and whatever.
Because she's imagining how wonderful it would be to have a normal hair rather than the one with magical powers.
No, this is totally some X-Men crap.
or Legend of Korra Season 1.
Alright, let's see what else.
Wow, interesting inquiry
Robert.
I'm getting here.
The son of a king who was betrayed must in turn be betrayed himself. This latest development will surely go down as one of the most farcical episodes in history.
I can't tell if you're serious or taking the piss.
These are the voyages a lot worse than this. What are you talking about?
What is that, the Picard show?
No. It was the ending of Star Trek Enterprise.
You have not heard? His adoring people have sold him to our enemies.
Well, are you going to
Well, not to our
maybe
enemies.
help him?
No,
Nah.
fuck him.
I'm just a clerk. What am I supposed to do?
Tell a higher authority!
It would be better that he never returned. His subjects cannot bear him.
Oh, I see how it's going to be.
I heard that a little old lady fell over and he laughed in her face so much that she died.
Wait,
Forgot
bodily
what
dies
was
in
the
the
He was the one who
quote,
pushed her.
What was that quote from South Park Fracture Battle during the Craig and Tweak therapy session, where at some point the teacher is like, you know what they mean? They say about expectation. Even if you beat them, there comes more expectations.
Yeah.
Who's Bow Wow?
You.
We have no need of Ferdinand. Everyone has been happier since he left.
What are you doing in my throne room?
I'm tired of being told that he, of all people, will be the key to unite the world. Everyone always says that.
No,
Guess
seriously.
What happens? Nothing.
No,
Nothing.
No, seriously, what are you doing around my throne? That's my seat.
Well, technically he's not
Well,
sitting in it.
Have a lot of people to execute when you become king.
After I biffed him squarely on the nose, he might think twice about telling such lies. Maybe I should biff him twice just to be sure, like I did to King Ever when he left because he couldn't bear his failure of a son.
Oh,
More even?
oh, I'm going to remember this when I grow up. Unless this is all just a dream.
I don't know. This is starting to
Is
sound a
it
bit
me,
weird
or
to
do the
me.
people in this memory lane seem a little on the depressing side?
Flippin' heck, man. Dina's to the runner.
Oh no, we have to go and find him!
Yeah, this sounds weird.
There's no time
Sandina!
to waste. No time to waste.
No time to
Not
waste.
to, not to mention, notice that all of the ones who had bad things to say about him had a purple ore instead of a transparent one, so I'm not trusting this. Let's, heed these words, blah, blah, blah.
Kind of goes without saying, purple equals evil.
Well, that's just typical, yeah. Purple aura means that there's some kind of evil dark possession shit.
It's interesting how the color purple is being associated with many things, not just evil, things like royalty, nobility, elegance.
Like I said, the color purple decided to take Troy's advice from Street Fighter 2010. He has to become evil in order to become recognizable and known.
How was the Spielberg movie, The Color Purple?
Also, damn.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Persona 5 Royal was darker than I thought.
Alright, if memory lanes are made up of people's real thoughts and feelings...
They aren't necessarily, son!
Well, thoughts and feelings can be manipulated, Dina. That means everyone really thinks these things they were saying about me.
Hello.
No! Hello! Seriously, what was up with that sound effect right there? That's not what they really think, can't you see? Something's wrong with this place. None of this is real. Seriously, you opened up with hello.
But it must be based on something real, mustn't it? Which means they must believe what they were saying at least a little.
Listen, Dina, tone down the ego.
I could always tell they thought that deep down, that I was stuck up and rude and badly behaved.
I heard when he burnt down that orphanage, he was doing a merry dance in front of the flames.
I heard that he stole 40 cakes and that's just terrible.
I'll never be like my dad.
How long?
Shiroi.
Will you please stop feeling so sorry for yourself?
Tani, no!
Tony!
Yep. This is Tani's method of consoling. Cool. Flip man, she's as cold as ice.
Tani, that's not helping right now.
Well, you know what they say, they sometimes hurt therapy. That's the best course.
Let's see how well that works, eh?
She said please.
True, in capital letters, nonetheless.
Well, let's talk about this. Evan is the soft, the typical loving father, whereas Tani's gonna be the tough love mom. You know, Shiroi, please.
You're going to be king one day, aren't you? And not just any king. An even better one than Evan, right?
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves just yet.
Whose side are you on, Evan?
Ours, of course.
Look at Lofty.
Yeah.
Lofty, are you okay?
Lofty's surprised at Tani's bluntness.
Lofty's gonna be the babysitter.
What's going on your skin all of a sudden, girly?
See?
I
told you that
Get
name.
the
I told
hint.
you that name.
She right?
I'm not sure, but I know that what I'm saying is what he needs to hear.
Oh my god, she really is the one.
Again, the game doesn't flat out say that it's her, but yeah, at this point it's pretty obvious.
I mean, the way he reacts upon hearing Tawny's voice. Can't you hear the choir in the distance, cheering you on?
Anyway, haven't you been listening? They're all worried sick about you back home. We've been going on like that for ages now.
Yes, they're all worried sick because of you. You make them ill every time you look at them.
Get back to your own goddamn timeline and you're grounded for...
Oh snap, and she probably has the authority to do that.
Now that's me thinking that's what the evil dark spirit would say at this point.
What, he's grounded?
No, about him taking Tani's words and twisting them around to suit his goal.
Oh, but of course.
Prince Fur. That's you. I'm sorry.
Prince Fur, wake up! If you do not.
I'm sorry, apparently the reception is
So there we go.
shaking up a little. Let me just punch the screen for a while.
So there we go.
Look, it may guide you.
Actually, that's Shiroi.
Oh, sorry.
But whatever. That gives me a chance to. So yeah, at the same time this is going on, back in the future, his body is asleep because remember that's how his time travel, mind travel works. And everybody's trying to wake him up, but they can't because for some reason he cannot wake up yet.
Can't wake up.
Yeah, but maybe guide to.
Come on, Leaves.
And look
Come
at
on,
that.
Leaves.
And look, Chief War Controller is Lily, and Lily is telling that she cast a luck spell. So there you go, confirmation. That Lily that we saw earlier wasn't the real Lily. There's
Come
some
on, Leaves.
nightmare bullshit.
Start singing the Rings of Akathem song of waking up.
I know those.
I
voices.
don't know that one.
It seems he has a pet in a nightmare. We must do all we help him.
But you're a clerk. What can you do?
He has a foot in a nightmare. Leaves.
You are sinless. As to be. How will you surpass the otherwise? Yeah, I probably should press the mute button while I talk. That would help get more of the effect.
Oh, there you are. You're late.
Never return. We will beef you. Fucked up prince with strange powers. I don't
Oh,
understand.
come
you.
on. This is just sad now.
We will biff you. I'll do that for it. So I'm gonna biff you. Whatever the flip this thing is, I don't like the look of it.
Lofty, we faced
That's
plenty of
racist
these
stuff.
before.
You don't say.
Pedro? Oh, he's dropped.
It's you who trapped me in this nightmare before.
Oh,
Well,
you
you
won't
can't
keep me
keep
here
me
any
any
longer.
longer. There are people
There are
waiting
people waiting
for me back home.
home.
They're worried
They're
about me.
worried about me.
Bibs, I'm voicing Dina. I swore I'd even be a better king than my father, and I mean to keep that promise, which means I need to believe in my friends even more than he did, and not get tricked by stupid illusions. Dina!
I'm not sure why we're doing this, but I think we know now. Came to his memory lane, Lisa. Seriously, my friends are my power? That's such a lame catchphrase.
Just follow our lead on this one, Roland.
They appear to want to trap the child here and break his spirit. Does that mean they don't even know how Higgledy we had?
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Sure.
Does that matter? The kid's in danger.
Yeah, that's the point.
And we absolutely cannot let anything bad happen to
I'm
him.
back.
Yo, Paige.
Hey, this core decided to kick me out for no reason.
Yeah.
Sure.
We need to wallop that thing and set Dina free from this nightmare.
I love how Tanya is the one in front of leading the charge now.
But she had to move forward to, to give the words of encouragement, so she didn't really move from there.
True.
He has to make it back home.
Right, he does.
Alright, time to kick this nightmare's ass.
With the power of teamwork.
Well, like you yourself said, you love parties, so parties are all about the teamwork.
You've only ever talked when we met before, Dina. But it's time to show you how I fight!
Because we're ever more heroes.
Ain't that right?
Intriguing. If all of you perish here, what will become of our own age?
You might just trigger a time paradox.
I fear the answer, and yet I must see it come to pass.
You know, there was a point
The
when we...
nightmare version of Shadner. To kill King Evan will make this pain worthwhile.
You know, there was a point where you should have just stopped. But let's just go on, keep on forward. Oh, so this one's the Nightmare Queen instead of Nightmare
Without you,
King.
the future will change.
Alright then.
I fear the new future, but I yearn to see it.
Well, prepare to be disappointed, buddy.
And we
Let me
get the
guess.
main theme playing during this boss battle.
Yeah.
Let me guess, he wanted to seduce a machine called Jean-Paul, but you need to become more beautiful, so you need to wait.
And that's how she became that.
You'll be surprised, Java.
Uh-huh.
Is this a remix theme for that?
No, it's the traditional,
Place in the title screen.
victory theme, yeah. It's usually done for triumphant moments.
Okay.
Jesus.
I mean, it's a great theme and all. It's just, I'd have thought they'd remixed it more for the battle.
Well, there's the idea is just to be triumphant. So if the theme is already triumphant as it is, do we really need a new version?
It's basically override for the idea behind is that the moment of despair has passed, so this is the triumphant moment where the last nightmare gets vanquished.
No, the games have done something like that.
Sorry, Dwebs, but money doesn't grow on trees.
You gotta pick a pocket or
I'm
two.
actually more surprised they didn't. I don't remember. I'm surprised they didn't use the final boss theme from the first game, considering how they've been theming, these boss fights against the nightmares.
Maybe
Lucky
they're
yourself.
saving it for something.
Like you yourself said, Teo, they wanted this particular battle to have a triumphant tone to it. So.
Sure. Well, I don't mind actually.
Hang on, wait a minute. This isn't your story. You already had your screen hugger.
Right then.
There we go.
Got him! Or her!
Alright. So, see the aftermath. Oh, so he did
What
have a
kind of-
Higgledy in him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was his memories that we were
And
going
a
to.
Higgledy of darkness of all things.
Well. So Dina did have something to do with the High Higgledy after all. What a shock! It's a piggle of darkness.
Called Swallowed. Interesting name.
The one of confidence, yeah.
Talking bollocks, pretty much.
All right. The boy who would become to be known as the future generations as King Ferdinand. The man by whose hand the first declaration to unite all of the world would be signed. Just as the great seer Bodley prophesied on the day of his birth. So yeah, Bodley prophesied all of this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bodley.
Well, she's a seer, so...
Bodley was then arrested 2 weeks later for fraud.
He was raised in the happy comfort of Evermore, surrounded by smiles and people who loved them dearly.
That's creepy.
He inherited King Evan's wisdom and intellect. He spent his days listening to the heroic tales of his father's companions.
And you see,
But seriously,
Roland, he was just this awesome fellow here who came out from nowhere, and Tawny, well, she was this gorgeous angel who I first thought about, and yada 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 yada.
It was they who impressed upon him his status as one chosen for greatness, because that's definitely no pressure at all.
But seriously,
Absolutely.
man. But Roland kept butting in our conversations, man.
And Ferdinand was possessed of a power that even his esteemed father could not boast. He was able to send his mind through time and space.
Interesting power.
Thanks to this great gift, he amassed wisdom far beyond his years while still a mere child.
Cheater.
Well, it's going to be useful, as we're going to see in a moment. And with this great wisdom comes great aptitude for magic. Truly, he was blessed beyond all measure.
Hopefully he used that great power responsibly.
He did, as we're going to learn in a moment.
Yeah, he blew up the palace.
Oh, remember, Joe, we already know how we already saw him from the after credits scene. So blessed in fact that certain of his people could not help but balk at such precociousness. Most unorthodox. Upon learning that these whisperings were abroad, he curbed the urge to use his gift so often. There was one journey his mind could not resist the urge to make. Meeting his father when he was his age.
I'll force to go to the bathroom, because, you know, he needs to go.
I don't think he needs to mind travel to do that, Bruce.
Actually,
Why
would
he
he
was
do that?
He had to know firsthand how his father had built the kingdom of Evermore. And so he traveled back to speak with him. I'm also glad that thanks to this we get to hear the entirety of Ferdinand's theme, because I love this theme to death. Okay. On these visits, he learned of how his father, while still only a boy, united the 5 great realms under the Declaration of Interdependence.
Oh, that's an interesting pentagram.
That should
We're
be
going
a hint.
somewhere for this, Joe.
But these were not all the nations of the world. There were others, smaller perhaps, but nations just the same. Some were poor, some were locked in endless conflict. Some even set the conquest of Evermore in their sights. And for the sworn enemies of Evermore, nothing was more irksome than the seemingly perfect young king. So we must kill him!
Well, I mean, without an heir, Evermore would kind of be down the toilet.
For Ferdinand would send his fine mind soaring for time and space, and not a single scheme could ever hope to outrun it. So there you go, thanks to his mind travel, he was able to get
Figure out that plot.
Terrorism is cancelled.
His enemies realized at length that their only chance of thwarting the prophecy and preventing them from unifying all the peoples of the world was to eliminate him while he was yet young. And you all know. Okay, I'm guessing you all can know where this is going.
Yeah.
They contrived to hide themselves among the masses who flocked to Evermore to build a better future and hope that an opening might present itself. Spying. Espionage, sorry. Espionage.
Yeah.
Spying, espionage, are the same thing.
And so it did. When the moment came, the young king was lured into a sorcerer's ceremony that robbed him of the ability to use his great gift. A powerful sorcerer contrived to trap him in a memory lane through the use of nightmares they had come to be able to control. So there you go.
The nightmares come from the future.
It was reasoned that if he could be trapped in a dream of times past, none from his own time would be able to help him. But maybe someone from that time? You guys didn't think of that, did you? The nightmares did not strike at first. They bided their time, waiting for his resolve to weaken. Hence why we saw those evil projections talking shit about him. And they would wait, however long it took, be it years, or decades, or centuries.
Oh, did they pick the wrong child to mess with, though?
But in the end, they did not have to wait that long. For though Ferdinand was indeed a confident young man, he was yet young enough to doubt himself.
He was talking to silhouettes as well, the poor guy.
That's never a good idea.
Rather than attack him directly and risk kindling the flames of his defiance, the nightmares employed more subtle means to worm their wicked tendrils into the poor boy's heart.
So this is literally a nightmare sent from the future.
surrounding him with familiar faces from his own memories of Evermore. They whispered cruel falsehoods with in his hearing, slowly chipping away at his brittle self-belief. You're losing the power of the warrior. Truthfully, is all about self-belief, dude. What if my people hate me? His deepest fears and his enemies' wicked machinations conspire to push him perilously close to disaster there in that strange place.
Straight to the discipline just beginning to now.
But as luck would have it, Evan and his friends arrived in search of a high Higgledy and saved them from a fate worse than death. The young king was able to make his way home at last.
Unfortunately, the kingdom was overrun by the time he got there.
Fortunately not.
There we go, adult property.
When he arrived, he would have to face the foe who had gone to such great lengths to try and trap him. Okay, you asshole. This is personal now.
No swearing, son!
But he would prevail in the end. He was mighty Ferdinand, after all.
And he will be voiced by John Cena.
But unfortunately, the one who trapped him was a darker version of Evan.
He had sworn to surpass even his father, and he did not intend to break that promise. Indeed, the events which unfolded there in that memory lane may be said to have set him on that path, for they represented his first true test as a king, Ferdinand's very own trial of courage.
Oh, the irony! In trying to undo the future, you caused it. Well done, bad guys.
Hey, Jova, you know what this means?
Nice job fixing it, villain.
Not just that, Jova. Kuni did this whole by trying to change the past, you ended up creating the future you were trying to avoid. Think better than time and eternity. So there you go.
Surprised by that.
No, I'm not. I'm just pointing it out for comparison's sake. Anyway, but now I think I understand. Someone's controlling those nightmares. Someone from my own time.
Oh.
Sure.
Interdimensional political intrigue. There's never a dull moment down these memory lanes, huh?
Interdimensional might not be the right term.
We're trying to keep it secret, haven't come.
I know, but maybe I could
Also,
about that
the future is kind of like the one of Lost in Space, so the world is technically at peace, but there are terrorists.
Sure. Yeah.
But you'd have to be insanely powerful to do something like that, wouldn't you?
Well, considering the villains we face, I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to up the ante that way.
Anyway, what are we standing on?
Good
white
question.
Magical space. It's typical in JRPGs.
It's an Apple store, Lofty.
Oh God, that's hell.
Don't worry. Now that I've got my powers back, I'm more than a match for anyone. Thanks so much for all your help.
You're welcome, son.
Shh, Dad, you're not supposed to call me.
Oh,
Daddy.
it's okay. They can't hear me while we're talking like this. It's part of being a JRPG
They're
protagonist.
standing right there.
No, it's part of being a JRPG protagonist. Don't worry, son. You'll learn yourself.
This is my problem. In my time, I have to be able to solve it myself. With a little help from people evermore, of course.
And don't be afraid to make your own team.
Don't worry, I will.
Good. And make sure to brush your teeth when you get home, too.
And besides, it sounds like you have problems of your own to be worrying about anyway. You needed this Higgledy for something, didn't you?
Yes.
Sure.
I wonder, by taking this Higgledy, are we removing it from time or anything?
Pergo.
Yeah, probably shouldn't think of it too much.
Seeing you fight like that really gave me a confidence boost. If I've inherited even half of your skills, I'll be just fine.
Oh, did you inherit, the tactic tweaker?
Yes, actually. So don't worry about me. You get back and do what you have to do, Mr. Savior.
That's right!
Don't talk to your father like that.
Well, I think all the savior business is pretty much dealt with. We have the final high Higgledy now, after all.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Anyway, see you in the future.
Oh, what bad things could happen to us now? Oh wait, that's right, you're from the future.
Well, for starters, Evan, we need a talk about how to lie about.
Mother will be worried sick about me. I need to be on my way.
Oh! Your mother? You mean, my wife? Remind me, who is it that I end up marrying?
Spoiler.
Oh, Evan.
I told you, I'm not supposed to interfere with the past. Sorry, but you're just gonna have to wait to find that out.
Come on, son. Be a pal.
We literally saved your life. Jesus.
But I suppose it's not fair that I'm the only one of us with a secret. So...
Yeah. At least give me a hint.
Alright, you have to promise not to tell the future me about everything that happened here. Okay?
Oh, that'll
that
be
way you'll
easy.
that way you'll have a secret over me as well.
Fine.
If I learn about it from you, I'll never be able to believe in myself enough to make a Higgledy.
Wait, wouldn't you be able to if I told you you were able to?
Well, remember, Jove, it was if he already knows in advance that he's gonna succeed at this trial of courage, as the game put it, of course he wouldn't. It would be much. Okay, yes, this will serve
I
as a
hate
test.
temporal mechanics.
I think I'd better make his way. Be my last bit of mind travel for a while.
See you.
Anyway, bye, father. See you soon.
That's right. Subbing his mother's
Wait,
tummy.
how soon?
Oh wait! Oh crap! I should have specified.
They're back. They're back. Hello, hello, hello.
Don't talk to me for a
the
bit.
female
I
stream.
really need to settle myself with what just happened.
And hello to this little fellow too. Our last high Higgledy at long last. Sure, Jova, take over, please.
Oh, well, so we just met your son, Evan.
Do I just...
He didn't look anything like you.
So you end up calling your son Ferdinand, huh? I like your style. Naming after the first king ever to unite, it's nice enough.
We must count ourselves lucky that we were troubled by interference in the future of our last adventure, and that we returned in safety.
So he was, and you was, and we had spit to burst with the best.
And look at that! And look at that! Just like
Yeah,
in
how we...
Well, look at that! Just like in Dragon Ball, everyone else finds out that that is his son. Anyway.
How are we supposed to read
But they don't know
all
who
that?
the mother is still.
How's they supposed to read that dialogue if it was auto-scrolling, especially the longer ones?
I don't get it either.
Weird.
Well, this game
Yeah.
has done this a couple of times here.
Yeah, it's like, does that something Akira Hino really text going by so fast you can't read
If
it?
you're not going to have those pots be voiced, don't add them.
Like I said, I really get the feeling some of these bits were supposed to be voiced originally, but they ran out of money.
Yeah, they should have adapted them then.
I know, yeah.
We can't just leave the nightmares alone now, can we?
Maybe
They'll only keep causing
maybe
trouble.
they had less. Maybe they actually had less text in the Japanese version. It's a localization fault.
But trouble of a sort, I seriously doubt that, to be honest. But trouble of a sort you need to not consider yourselves to have, surely. After all, they are only able to cause mischief in memory lanes.
Come on.
Alright, now you can reach your...
Well, for now at least.
I'm so glad I don't have to keep it a secret about my son anymore. Isn't it great, Ronan?
Absolutely. Now, just save yourself for the talk later.
Indeed. One of them spoke of escaping the confines of the memory lanes. Surely it is only a matter of time.
Just, there's lots of kids shows you can show them that talk about that.
You really think so? Truly? Really and truly?
Really, truly.
You're right.
Shouldn't you be a little more worried about this? I hate to remind you, but the doors they'll come through all open right here in your little hideout.
Hmm.
Unlock the doors then.
We don't have a keyblade.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, Bracken. I'm sure the Cutter knows what he's doing.
Does he really?
Yeah, does he really?
He seems
Yeah,
like...
I'm not buying it either.
Did I remind you when in the first game he gifted a car to watch?
Perhaps it is a little risky to leave them to their own devices.
Okay, stop with these camera angles, please.
Yeah, especially with the lighting in this one.
He wants you to be creeped out, so be creeped out.
Why? The conductor is nothing to creep anyone else about.
Corrupted, maybe?
No,
Also,
again, Jova, like we mentioned before, he's not an aspect of Jova in this case. He's generally a good guy.
That's...
Calm down, Kirsty. Do you expect us to believe you had to trape around after all your curses sprainings? Only to have this end there, you long-geared swindler, you?
Those are
a bit...
surely a bunch of words you just said, but...
Well, I'll admit, it is a bit anticlimactic.
Hello.
Of course we can't leave them to their own devices. We have to stop them. We have to stop the horn one. Wait, we already did that.
Evan, remember, this is not the post game yet.
But we literally ran into DeLorean.
Just read the script.
Ho 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 ho.
What got it into you?
Oh, forgive me, but this has nothing at all to do with the horned one.
I knew it!
No, the source of this particular wickedness lies somewhere else entirely.
Ha!
I love how Tony looks scared.
I knew it, because we've already defeated
And
the
Evan
horned
is
one at this
receiving
point.
all of these first space, so he's first. Poor bastard child.
Oh, but things get so exciting from here on out. So few people know the truth of one and all. Will you go there with me? Will you set foot in that
Okay,
place?
Evan,
Nah, we're good.
Evan and
thank
Tani,
you.
please stay back and let the adult talk through this situation, please.
Here, children, come with me into this dark alley. I've got some candy for you.
No, thank you.
No. Stranger danger.
Are you alright?
Oh, I'm perfectly alright, Evan.
You're all excited because you thought we'd better out once all that Higgledy stuff was done and dusted, innit?
Good job, Lofty. You guessed it.
You're a wanker!
Oh, excited is putting it mildly, my little friend. There was all a test. Yes, a test, and I'm so happy you passed. So very, very happy.
Even my son?
If you really, truly meant what you said, at least. If you wake up on the stream and dive into it again and still feel the very same way.
You know, the creepiest thing about this fucker is that he has a giant rabbit head, but fingers, like actual human fingers.
Like I said, it's probably a
the second duty of the
mask.
true saviors awaits. Oh yes, it does.
Again, it's like he later found out a Bugs Bunny costume.
So you're
It's
telling...
like not even rabbit paws. At least Bugs Bunny has some kind of paw structure. This guy has fingers.
Maybe he's the alternate universe... Wait, maybe... So he's the alternate universe version of Oliver.
Alright, Evan,
Who is
let us agree to never sleep in that, inn ever again.
Let's never sleep anywhere again.
I
Hey,
think we can steer clear of it.
Hang on. We built the inn. Why don't we just knock it down?
That would be a waste of revenue.
Oh, come on.
No
Oh, come
one's gonna sleep there now, are they?
No.
come on,
Plenty
my
of
little-
people will still sleep there.
Oh, come on, my little kingmaker friend. Just because I laugh maniacally and I look all creepy in the lighting, you automatically assume that I'm a bad guy.
No. See, what makes you creepy is when you call me names like my little kingmaker friend. That sounds like all the innuendos, sir. Good day.
You've been leading us on, you bastard!
Anyway, like I said, I have a fear that the conductor is the alternate universe version of Evan, who is the result of what happens when a woman fornicates with a rabbit. Or vice versa.
Alright,
Jova's Nino Kuni fan fiction in this playthrough is
Hey. If Pan could do it, Nino Kuni could do it.
I guess, but yeah. Well, everybody, in the next part, we finally finish the entire game in its entirety. So, see ya.
Ta-ta.
See ya.